Alright guys, welcome back to Hero-Villain Mashup, where I take a hero or heroes and put a villain from outside their rogues gallery and fold it in there. So today we're going to be talking about a interesting one. We're going to be talking about the Sailor Guardians from, of course, Sailor Moon, and a very interesting opponent for them. An interesting rogue who I think could easily fit into their rogues gallery with a little convincing, and that is Annihilus from Marvel Comics. Now you may be thinking right out the gate, really? Annihilus? Of all the characters in the pantheon of media you could have picked, you picked Annihilus. He doesn't even scream, Sailor Moon villain. What made you pick Annihilus? He's a powerful character, but why him? I will tell you. First off, Annihilus may be a cosmic character, but really, yes, they do deal with a lot of magic in Sailor Moon, but it's also a lot of cosmic stuff, too. And yes, while Annihilus isn't magic, he is straight-up cosmic, and he's also such a little bit of a divergence from, their typical villains, but at the same time, he's not too dissimilar from, from your Queen Beryl, or, your Pharaoh 90s, or stuff like that. He's a cosmic villain who is literally here to conquer. Just take out the magic and he's literally a Sailor Moon villain. He's not beautiful either. He's this hideous bug monster who is an underrated powerhouse. I'm surprised Annihilus doesn't get enough love. So anyway, so let's get started. So, what do I think? What would it be like if Annihilus was an enemy for the Sailor Guardians? So, I think Annihilus is actually kind of a really interesting opponent because Annihilus, like I said, derives his power from a thing called the Cosmic Control Rod, and essentially gives him, vast amount of cosmic powers that even rival, the Silver Surfer or Thor. Annihilus is the Lord of the Negative Zone. He is this godlike being who essentially wants to just bring the negative zone onto Earth and just eat people, and have his annihilation wave, just scour the planet eating people. That's the big thing you have to look at with Annihilus, is that he is this cold, ruthless motherfucker who does not give a shit about you or anything you love. He is he is there to be a plague on your house. And that's a level of savagery that I don't think the Sailor Guardians have ever encountered in their villains. Some of them have a really, some of them are really awful, but some of them have really, have backstories of, why the way they are. Annihilus is just an asshole. He's not, someone you reason with. He is someone that you're oh shit, there's no talking to this guy, there's no, crying backstory. He's just a dick. That's the thing, is that Annihilus is just evil at his core. He is just a conqueror. And that's the big thing, is that remember, Annihilus is also a guy who, a lot of people forget, he's gone on par with, not just the Fantastic Four, but he has taken it to the Hulk, Thor, Silver Surfer. This is a guy who knows how to challenge powerhouses in his universe. So, you gotta keep that in mind when you think about it. Now, yes, the Sailor Guardians are... A lot of people it always confused me, by the way. It always confused me that Sailor Moon... everyone sleeps on the power levels of the Sailor Guardians. It always bothered me. But, y'all, if you watch, if you've read, the manga or whatever... Sailor Moon and the Sailor Guardians are almost like Dragon Ball Z level half the goddamn time. So, they're no pushovers either, especially Sailor Moon. Yes, everyone likes to poke fun at Bunnyhead, but really, she's a fucking goddess when it comes down to, especially when she unleashes the full power of, of her past life as Serenity. That is, that's something that, the Silver Moon... I would actually love to see that matchup of the Cosmic Control Rod and the Silver Millennium Crystal. Just, those two items going head-to-head. But here's the other thing about Annihilus that would definitely prove... And yes, Annihilus is one person. I'll explain in a moment. But here's the other thing you gotta understand, is that the Sailor Guardians work as a very, tight-knit unit. They're always there for one another, it's all, they're a team effort, and they've taken on some major opponents. But Annihilus is someone who just you cannot reason with, someone who doesn't play the whole, I'm just going to send random monsters out there. He doesn't play that game. He doesn't play the game like all the other villains that the Sailor Moon villains have done. Like, just send a random monster and fight for the weak. That's how it's going to play out. No, Annihilus has this thing called the Annihilation Wave, which is a horde of ungodly insects that wiped out the Nova Corps and has stripped planets barren. This guy doesn't believe in, Monster of the Week. He believes in Zerg rushing your ass. So that's the big thing with Annihilus, is that when he sees that his, that even, like, let's say, like, Annihilus is like, oh, Sailor Guardians, they work as a team, I could fight them. Or I could overwhelm them with my, with my hordes of monsters from the nightmarish negative zone. There's a good thought. I'm gonna do that. And, yes, the Sailor Guardians are powerful, but here's the thing. There's only, like, less than 10 of them. Like, maybe 10 if you throw in the Outer Scouts, too. If you throw out the Outer Guardians in there, too. And Tuxedo Mask. But, guys, the Annihilation Wave is literally legions upon legions of horrific shit. So, Annihilus could be chilling in the negative zone, just spilling out the Annihilation Wave on the Sailor Guardians, just continuously. Like, the other thing is that he can just respawn them again. He can respawn! Like, I have no doubt that Sailor Moon could have a good chance of killing Annihilus, but here's the thing. He'll come back! He can just put his body in, and he can just regrow his body like fucking, just put his consciousness in a new body, and just be like, oh, here I go. But that's the thing, is that Annihilus would just be like, I'm gonna send my, hordes out there first, and, just wreak some havoc on them. And then, when they're either half of them are dead or all of them are exhausted, he'll come down and beat the shit out of them. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying that the Sailor Guardians are, don't have would have a chance against a villain like Annihilus. I'm just saying that Annihilus has kind of got a numbers thing on him. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think? What do you think it would be like if the Sailor Guardians had to take on Annihilus as a villain? Just comment below, let me know. And also, real quick, guys, I've said this before. I don't take requests for the hero-villain mashups. I don't do that. This is just my personal fun thing to do, so stop. All right? Okay? This I've got ideas. Don't worry. And I appreciate the sentiment, but guys, I can do this myself. Thank you. Anyway, so once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse, and I'll see you next time in the multiverse.